I talked to gun lovers, hardcore Republicans, who talked to me on the phone and told me specifically, Sheriff, you go for it. We need to outlaw those items.
Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd will tell you himself, he is a strong supporter of the Second Amendment. He also supports the NRA's new position to add additional restrictions on bump stocks.
Yeah, and this is fallout from the Las Vegas shooting. Both Republicans and Democrats are pushing to legally ban the tool that might have helped the shooter do more harm.
All right, so this is how a bump stock works. It replaces a gun's shoulder rest on the back of the rifle. When it fires, it bumps the trigger, so the shooter doesn't need to manually pull the trigger for every shot. Bump stocks let semi-automatic guns mimic automatic guns by unleashing multiple shots in seconds without having to stop and reload.
You know, immediately after this mass shooting, as with every other, there were people who said it's not the right time to talk about gun control legislation.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing something that's really unusual and really singular to this particular shooting. People on both sides of the gun control issue coming together regarding these bump stocks.
Yeah, even the NRA, and that's a really big deal.
Huge.
Now, even so, many lawmakers still feel that restricting these bump fire stocks is not going far enough. So first one is Texas Congressman Lloyd Doggett. He said one narrow bump stock ban can't become excuse to bump consideration of other gun safety reform. One and done is not enough. Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal thinks the NRA call for review and regulation of bump stocks is a dangerous, deceptive dodge. Bump stocks should be banned completely right now. California Congresswoman Jackie Speer herself shot 5 times in 1978, clarified, I don't want bump stocks regulated, I want them banned, and I want it to be illegal to possess them, period. Finally, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo pointed out the use of bump stocks is already illegal in New York State, adding the president and Congress must support a ban on devices that allow automatic rifle fire now. Now, this may be the first time since before the 1970s, and certainly since Columbine, the NRA has come out in favor of firearm-related restrictions. Nightside reporter Mark Rivera shows you why.
Not after the mass shooting at Virginia Tech, not after the one at an Aurora, Colorado movie theater, not after children were gunned down at Sandy Hook, not after San Bernardino, not after 49 people were killed at Pulse nightclub right in our backyard. Now, after 58 people were killed by one man with guns, the NRA is stepping its toes ever so slightly into talking about restrictions, not a ban, for bump stocks. Back in 1934, the NRA endorsed the National Firearms Act that made it law to register machine guns and sawed-off shotguns and more. It was an effort to get those guns out of the hands of gangsters. The NRA thought gun control was a way to make people safer back then. Same when they endorsed the Gun Control Act of 1968, restricting interstate sales, making sure someone else couldn't mail order a rifle and assassinate a president or a civil rights leader. The line I hear a lot is criminals won't play by the rules. They're criminals. But this guy wasn't a criminal before he murdered 58 people in Las Vegas with an arsenal of rifles in his room. It looks like he got them legally. The White House has not said whether President Trump would support a ban on bump stocks. Mark Rivera, 10 News.